Today is the last video of the 4-part series where we've been watching this project right here do a whole fix and flip in 60 days. We're headed inside right now. Craig's already waiting for us, so let's head on inside. Knock, knock, knock! Oh my gosh! Craig, you're here!
What's going on, Shae? How are you?
So excited. I know everyone else is too.
What's going on, guys?
This is so great, and it's cooler in here.
It's a lot cooler because we have air conditioning, which is nice.
Yes.
And it's cooled down a little outside, which is great too. But it's been, how long has it been?
Oh my gosh, it's been
about 4 weeks.
It's been about 4 weeks, 60 days total. I've been posting these as quickly as I can get them back from the editor. But ultimately, it's been 60 days. That was the goal for our investor. Buying this, renovating it, and putting it on the market.
So what do you think? 60 days ago, we walked through this house and it was completely different.
Oh my gosh, there was trash up to here.
Yeah, and rotten floors, a collapsed roof.
Mushy, I don't know, insulation on the ground. Yes, I'm in open
But now we've got this.
I know. This is great. Later in this video, we have Teal from Southern Harbor walking us through for behind the scenes of what that was like for her and for them. So stay tuned for that. And I guess, yeah, for us, we're just gonna, I guess, take it in through our eyes and just go ooh and ah about all of this work that they've done. This is the easy part.
Let's check it out, and then we'll kind of break down some numbers and show everybody what it takes to do something like this.
Yes, perfect. Awesome.
All right.
Teal, I am so excited to have you here today for everyone to have an inside scoop of behind the scenes with Southern Harbor.
Yes. So I'm Teal, I'm half of Southern Harbor, and then my husband Justin doesn't like to be on camera, so I'm here. So this is one of the flips that we've done for our investor, and I love pops of color outside. So especially with like these smaller homes that are a little more like cottage feel, I like to go pretty bold on the color. And then the other thing that I do is I look at the neighbors' homes. So while I do like to paint brick white, with this house right over here, I didn't want white on white. Like I wanted it to stand out. And then across the street, there's red brick. So I went with this, which is a needlepoint navy Sherwin-Williams. And it is hands down my favorite navy. Like I've done a lot of navy. This is perfect. So let's go check out inside. Ooh, and it's fully staged now.
And AC'd.
And AC, yeah. So this is, all the staging is done by Stage Style and Design, and I just love what they do with the place. It's really homey, and we actually used to stage, but it's one of the things that I've given up because I'm trying to take things off of our plate professionally so that we can focus on what we do really well.
Absolutely.
So we work with them. They do all of our homes, and then they also take all the professional pictures.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense.
So this one, I know you guys saw in the beginning, this was just like completely covered in trash. Like there was so much trash in here.
Like Craig is like 6 foot something.
I
It was
know.
like as tall as Craig.
Yeah, and this actually isn't one of our worst ones. Like there are some horror stories, but yeah, this was totally full of trash. So this is all new LVP floor throughout the whole house.
Wow, it looks so nice.
And I went a little different on this one. So normally in homes, we do like a warm white on the walls, and then we do white trim. But this one I went opposite. So this is like a nice cream. I think it's Sherwin-Williams Natural Choice. And then the wall, I believe, is Sherwin-Williams Greek Villa. So the wall is a little bit lighter, but I love the neutral pop of the creaminess on the trim and everything.
Oh my gosh, I just got the whole like Grease vibe when you said that, and the way that you describe it. I'm
Here
like,
in Park Circle.
yes! Although, I'm curious, what made you flip-flop? Was it the amount of light coming in that you thought that this paint would reflect better and make the space look bigger? What were your thoughts behind flipping the colors.
Nope, I just love this. I did this on another little home that we had flipped, and it's just like really classy and elegant, and it just really like elevates the space. So
I like that you did 2 different colors. I would feel like outside of the professional world, a lot of people paint both the same exact color. They don't actually pick 2 different tones.
I wouldn't do that. That's boring.
Yeah, Southern Harbor is definitely not boring. I've
We
said
are
that
not
every
boring.
video.
We are not
Check
boring.
out their Instagram that from the tile that pops a color. I mean, it's
even
really
the
part
black.
of their
So
brand.
like you can see the black handles, the black hinges. This is something that I think a lot of people actually miss. If you are redoing the door handles, please get the door jamb and the hinges, right? Even the door stop is black, so that just really brings like a whole
complete
to the door. So those things are things that can get overlooked. So that's like really important.
Yes, and nobody likes to see like painted over like hinges and stuff either. It just doesn't look polished.
And all painters will paint over them, every single one. So just plan on removing it. So you can see in here this is like one of my favorite design features that we're doing right now. We're doing a lot of built-in wine shelves like over the fridge, which I just really like. It's a little bit high end. So this was custom built by one of our carpenters. So I love that. And then you can see the appliances. We do the nice quartz countertop, stainless steel sink.
So pretty, one base.
Tile backsplash, so white subway tile is a definite go-to. It's just clean and classy, and it's not gonna break the bank on a flip. So we love doing that. And we just wanted to keep it really bright and airy with all the whites and things like that.
Love that. This window here allows a lot of light in here. It continues to flow to the other side of this house. It's just unbelievable for the square footage in here. It feels bigger when you really accentuate these kind of characteristics in a home.
Absolutely. I know that front window is amazing. So and then the other things that we do is we get these handles from Amazon. They're a really good buy, and I try to always do black or gold because it's just so trendy right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's something that people really see. Brushed nickel is just boring and like apartment. People may disagree with me, but like it's not that much more expensive. Go for the black or the gold.
It's bold, and I also like that it pulls from the darker tones in the floor that you chose.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
Yeah. All right, you want to go check out the rest?
Yes, I have a quick question for you. I'm always thinking this, as being a homeowner, it might be silly, but you said Sherwin-Williams. Is that your favorite paint brand?
It is, yeah. So
For
a lot
what
of people use Benjamin Moore, which I like their colors as well, but we shop almost exclusively at Lowe's, and they carry Sherwin-Williams and Valspar. So I go between those two, and like any of them, if you like a Benjamin Moore color, you can go to, I think it's matchmycolor.com, type in that color, and it will give you other brands and their colors that are the most similar.
That's
so
awesome.
That's what I do.
I'll put that down in the description for people.
Yeah.
That's so cool. These are like, you think it's just paint, but I've had friends move into new construction and they're just very unhappy with the paint job. And that's like a new construction home. So that's kind of why I wanted to ask if there was certain quality brands that you like. And
I mean, it's mainly, honestly, the biggest difference is the type of paint that you use. So it's not necessarily the color, like it's the brand.
Yes. It is the brand. The brand. All right, Sherwin-Williams or Benjamin Moore, both.
They're both like really popular. I think Benjamin Moore is more popular, but we use Sherwin-Williams, and I love it.
I'm a Lowe's gal too, so.
Yeah. Lowe's, shout out.
Yeah, maybe they'll sponsor us eventually. Southern Harbor Lowe's. All right, yes, lead us through.
All right, so here down the hallway, you can see even the attic access door, we painted the trim color, so that it's nice. And then we have this nice light right here. So this is a full bath. We did new tile.
Oh my gosh, I know I haven't done a walk.
Oh yeah, it's all
yet,
done.
But I'm sorry, I can't contain.
It's pretty. It's just very like clean and classic. Black fixtures again. New tile on the floor. We put new hardware up. This black hardware here. New shower fixtures. New tub. Tile surround really elevates a flip. So very, very rarely do we do inserts. I would say 90% of the time we're doing new tile in all of our flips. And then you can see we always put a niche in right here.
Thank you for filling this all in. We wanted to know.
Shower niche. You can do like a whole bunch of different designs. We usually just do a different backing back here. And it just makes it really, really nice. So new vanity, new paint job, of course, new mirror, new light fixtures. And it just really, like a bathroom and a kitchen remodel on flips is where you're gonna make the most bang for your buck. Changing these.
1,001%. In our last video, Craig and I just stood in the bathroom for so long and the kitchen because we noticed the tile. And like you said, I've never seen y'all do an insert ever. And I told him, like, this is my selling point here. I don't expect it. And it makes me feel like I'm in my own little resorts part in the house where I can really relax. It just really brings the quality up.
It's really, really nice. And then we have, you know, like a bedroom over here. So we have new light fixtures, fan, trim, all of that, closet. And then they staged in here. So this looks good.
So nice.
So this is the master suite. And then look at that staging, it's just so cute.
I know.
Little plant over here. And then you can see in this bathroom, the little master bathroom. So same thing, we tiled in here. I like this tile. So I was going for, just once again, kind of like clean and classic. Sometimes I do really, really bold ones. But for this, I was definitely sticking to white and black, new vanity. I love this penny tile. And then you can see even here, the drain is black. So that's something that I think can get missed too. But like those little details really elevate the flip and make it higher end. In my opinion.
You do an excellent job picking different tiles that mix match not only just individually in each room, but also they do so well when you look at each of those rooms individually. So while this is not the same look as the other bathroom where I've seen same tile here, same tile there, they complement each other.
It flows. Yeah, for sure.
While using a lot of bold, different shapes. It's really cool.
Yeah. So this will be nice, and then you have like a light right there.
Yes, you have a great eye for this stuff.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm in my second house right now, and I'm like, my shower doesn't look like this. I need to have Teal come over and redo it for me.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so nice. Is there anything else in the house that during the renovation project you were like, okay, we had to stop, think about this, whether it was design or structurally, that you want to walk us through?
So, I mean, I think, you know, there's always interesting stories with each house. This one was not nearly in as bad of shape as some of our others, but you definitely talked about it last time where the tree came down and then there was flooding and that was pretty crazy. But it's just in this industry, like for us at Southern Harbor, we're very much collaboration over competition. And unfortunately, that's not how a lot of people are. And so everybody else thinks that they know better or they want to get in your business, or I don't know, it can be interesting. So
that just means that y'all are the best to work with. If you want a flip or project renovation here in Charleston, call Teal.
It's never a totally smooth, you know, project, but this one went pretty quickly and pretty smoothly.
That's awesome. I think that's great. We talked about this in the first video, that when you have the professionals in place, that while we don't ever know what to truly expect throughout the whole entire journey, having people in place to help you through it, you can lean on them and trust in them. And those who have the experience, that's y'all.
So when things go wrong, because they will, you never go through a renovation without some hiccup happening, and we know how to roll with it.
I think I recently saw one of your reels where you're like, make sure that you have an fund, because like, just go ahead and plan a certain percentage. What is that percentage?
It's about 20%.
20% for the stuff.
And especially if like you have to start taking down walls or anything like that, like once you start peeling stuff back, things come up. Like I have never had a flip where it went perfectly to plan and something didn't come up, you know? So it's just gonna happen. So if you budget for that, then you won't be thrown off. You know, you won't be digging into your profit.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Teal.
Yeah.
I appreciate the inside behind the scenes scoop.
Absolutely.
We'll make sure we get you on these videos even more so we continue to do more of these kind of videos.
I know, that'd be great.
All right, now I guess I gotta go find Craig. All right, we're gonna go find Craig. We're gonna talk about the numbers, but we're changing them for the privacy of this investor. But come along with me. I know he's right over here. He's just sitting, hanging out. All right, Craig, it's that time. We told him from the first video, math in reverse. We're gonna do that now.
Math in reverse. So what I really want to show you guys is, and I'll back up just a little bit. So, you know, my company is a real estate investment company. We talk directly with sellers. That's what we do. And so we end up talking with a lot of people. We ask a lot of questions about their homes and about the repairs that are needed and some of these things. One of the things that I've found through all of the probably thousands of conversations that I've had with sellers on the topic is that most people think that the updates required for their home aren't going to cost as much as they most likely will.
Interesting.
Which that's kind of a given. Most people, when it comes to their own home, will tend to err, you know, toward a lower number. But like just to give you some example, I talked with a woman recently who was talking about her home, built in 1986. She said it was, you know, it's just a little old, it's just dated, but everything's in really good shape, very well taken care of. And so, you know, we were thinking it would be a cosmetic repair. Maybe we'd put 10 to 15,000 into it. And after going out, walking through the home with the seller, well, then we find out there's subfloor issues. We've got possibly some issues with the roof. There's just a lot going on.
Love that you're saying that, by the way, because Teal just shared with us to have an blank, like an percentage of your budget to the side. She said about 20%.
That doesn't surprise me. That sounds about right. And it's amazing how fast things can go awry. You know, we've got a flip going on right now that we bought that was mid-renovation, and we just found out that we've got HVAC issues that our inspector didn't catch, we didn't catch, and that's going to cost us $12,000.
Stuff happens. So, it's going to come up. It's going to come up.
And it comes up fast.
That is
so
what's normal.
Prepared.
That's not normal. Like people think that the perfect road would be like, oh, this is great because it's perfect. It's normal. No, like that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That would be the abnormal.
So something like this, you know, this is not a huge home. You know, it's not 3,000 square feet. In fact, we're really just over about 1,100 square feet.
Yeah.
And a home like this, you would think, you know, might cost $35,000, $40,000 to update during your ownership. But when we come across something that is as bad as this was when we first came through, you end up with something much higher. And in this case, that number ended up being almost exactly $100,000.
Wow. Wow.
So it's a lot of money, guys.
Yeah.
So, and I just say it like that because, you know, if you're on the investor side and you're talking with sellers, or if you are a seller thinking about renovating and selling your house on market, these are things that you have to be aware of. You know, when I talk to sellers about renovating a home like this, we want to bring it into this condition. I always tell people—
that's what I was just thinking, like the comp stuff. Like you want to do your research, have your professional, your real estate agent there to be like, hey, like this is the value that you're going to be able to sell this at, like top-notch interior, exterior. Like we have to keep that in mind with anything that we do to this house.
Yeah.
Or you're not going to make any money.
That's exactly right. And a really easy way to convey that point to sellers, I think, is just to say, hey, have you ever seen HGTV? That's pretty much what I want to do. Okay, it is a complete renovation of the home to get it up to modern standards, get everything up to code, and really make it a top-notch home to take to the market.
Yeah.
So listed for, well, let's say 200K. It was 199.
Yeah. 17 offers.
17 offers. Went for over asking, and that 200 became 220K. Now, we can just use round numbers. So the renovation was a little over 100,000. We'll just say 100 grand. So we're gonna add that 100 in here. And with just the house and the renovation, we've got $320,000 into it, okay? And then we have to start thinking about what is it gonna cost in lending fees, utilities to hold the property, insurance,
Taxes, the loan origination fees,
all of it.
interest on credit cards.
Everything, exactly. So what we usually factor, just to give us a little smidge of a pad, that's sort of O line, is we factor 10%. So we've got 6% for realtors, we've got a couple percent for taxes, and for anything else that might come up.
That makes sense.
When you're looking at potentially doing a project like this, you really, like you were saying earlier, want to start with the math in reverse. So we started with the renovation number because that's really probably the most important number. If the house needs too much work and you can't get it for the right price, there's no deal.
Move on. It's not the right property. Like we talked about in the first video, it's important to find the right one.
Yeah, I mean, you could be getting the right price on the house comparatively, when you look at other comps in the market, but if it needs $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 more in work,
yeah,
it's the same thing as paying $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 more for the house.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a formula that is used by a lot of investors. It's just a quick, easy formula to help you understand whether or not a house might be a good deal, a good renovation deal. So any investor is going to want to look at the ARV.
Yeah.
So ARV is your after repair value. And in this case, all the comps, all the numbers point to something right around 400,000.
Yeah.
Okay. We can pretty confidently say it's not going to sell for any less than 400,000.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
we're not gonna cross our fingers and hope and say 425 or wish on a star and say 430. We're just gonna say 400 because we know we can't get anything less.
Right.
So anything more is icing on the cake, and that's the way you need to approach this when you're in real estate investment. So our after repair value is gonna be 400,000. Now we wanna start our pricing strategy. Remember, we're in real estate investment, it is a business. We need to create a margin so that we can create income for our business, right? So a rehabber or fix and flip guy is typically, or person, gal, whoever, it doesn't matter, everyone does them. Typically gonna want to secure the house for 70 to 75% of the after repair value, minus your rehab costs.
Which we kind of touched on. This is great.
Exactly.
This is awesome.
Exactly. So let's just say 75% of that after repair value would be 330,000. Someone please check that math. I'm probably wrong.
Comment down below.
So if we say 75%, somewhere around 330,000, now we need to subtract our renovation costs. Okay, so our renovation costs budgeted 100,000. We actually went a little bit over that. Not every renovation is going to cost you 100 grand, but if you're buying distressed properties, it could very well. So we're going to subtract. It's important
that you projected for it, so we're still okay. We're not going because we're like, oh yeah, we planned for this.
Exactly. So our rehab budget is $100,000. Now, what we need to do is subtract our rehab budget from that 330, and then we get what?
230.
$230,000. Now, might seem a little low, right?
Yeah.
What did we buy the house for?
We bought it for 220.
Bought it for 220.
Yeah.
So, is there a ton of margin in this deal?
No.
There isn't actually.
No.
And that's the thing that it's a huge misconception. Now, don't get me wrong, we're gonna do everything that we can in listing this property to maximize the margins for the client.
Right.
So of course, we're gonna try and list it at the top of the market and see if we can add some profit on there for our client, just because this did cost a lot to get up to today's standard. And we have to remember that the $20,000 extra that we paid in the beginning, really, it has to come from somewhere.
That's right.
So that came straight from the bottom line. So obviously in a deal like this, it doesn't look like there's going to be a ton of money. Like I said, we're going to try and maximize everything that we can for the client, just to try and make the best situation out of
And
it.
those things here in Charleston do get like, remember, like 17 offers before this looked like this. Like, yeah.
It gets a little crazy. So of course, you know, we're gonna play the market to, you know, we're gonna do all the things. And you know, these are ballpark numbers, these are ballpark figures. They're not exact. It's to give you an idea of what something like this would cost. So if you're thinking about doing a renovation yourself, or if you're a seller thinking about doing a renovation, either by yourself or with a contractor, do your homework. There's so much out there online. There's tons of other YouTube videos that take you through the entire process. Or if you want, just reach out to Shae or reach out to myself, and we'd be happy to talk with you and help you understand numbers, processes, and how to get started.
Absolutely, that sounds great. My
Yeah.
goodness, I'm trying to think, like, is there anything else we need to add? It's been 4 videos. We've seen a whole transformation. I've learned a lot. I hope all of you have learned a lot. I think that might be it for this one.
Is it?
I think so. Other than we tell them where to find us.
Well, you can find me pretty much anywhere at Craig Kuriokis.
And then again, I'm a little bit more complicated. You can find me here at Turnkey with Shae on Instagram, Shae_in Charleston. And my information, emails, same for both of us, phone numbers down below in the description.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Stay classy, San Diego.